Our current transformational challenge, let me just put this into some sort of perspective, is simply how do we continue to stay relevant in an evolving market, in a changing industry? The most successful disruptive companies have also managed to develop a culture that embraces and encourages self-disruption. And no matter how comfortable we are, as a business, we simply can't afford to ignore innovation. This is the traditional lab industry, and it's evolving. Changes in the marketplace, how government's running things, evolving customer expectations. Healthcare is transforming how it delivers services. We anticipate disruption to the industry given the technology advances, being made in healthcare, artificial intelligence, virtual care, and the Internet of Things. These new advances, they're going to reduce in-person diagnostics. They're going to increase remote patient monitoring. If we remain static, we're obsolete. It's as simple as that. And so it's a critical time for LifeLabs, and we've got to remain focused on what we do really well while building our capabilities and skills so that we can remain competitive, so that we can remain relevant, and so that we can actually change our own future. We used to talk about patients. Now we talk about customers. We think about people who have a choice on where they go, and they're going to get more choice. Technology is going to give them lots of choice. Building a customer-centric DNA. So that's a transformation, that's a change. For example, in healthcare, there are 5 things that consumers want. And this is relatable across most organizations. So they want experience. In this case, the experience they want is one that leads to a cure. Empathy. They actually want, to know that somebody cares. They want to understand that. Efficiency. So they won't be kept waiting. People are getting used to it. I talk at our company about waiting rooms. Our model today is you come to one of our centers, you sit down in a chair, you wait, we take your blood, and then we move it to a factory called a lab. That's our model. Well, from a customer standpoint, that's not very efficient. And what I tell our team is waiting rooms are a sign that a company doesn't care about you or your time. Waiting rooms are simply a sign that we might as well put a giant sign up. We're here to waste your time. Have a seat and be happy about it. So efficiency. People don't want to wait anymore. Economy. They want to make sure they're getting great value. And empowerment. Our customers are interested in a lot more empowerment that gives them some degree of choice around their treatment plans. And so using these 5 elements, we can build a customer-centric DNA. Even if you've set transformation and change as the highest priority items in your strat plan, an organization and its employees will simply not adopt to any change or effectively pursue any strategy that is inconsistent with its culture. And so now we move on to culture. Innovation enables transformation of your culture. It requires a culture that is transforming to become more customer-centric, more commercially minded, more agile, and more creative. And this has to be embedded in your mindset, your values, and your behaviors. Without these clear shifts in cultural norms and expectations, your organization's change initiatives, they're just likely to fail. One of the most important goals for me is to make sure that my team are encouraged by their leadership to inspire change. We're working towards this by building it into our overall strategy. A key objective was to create alignment from among the board, our senior leadership team, and people leaders on the need for transformation and change and the new strategic direction. So, sometimes I don't get to go as fast as I want because I know where I want to end up. But sometimes it's, okay, I think I could get there in 1 step, but this group thinks it takes 4. If I can get them there in 4 steps, I'll do that. I'll sacrifice my plan to get there here because I know I'll be way better off once we've moved through that process. I always say directors run your company.
Yes.
That's who's really running the business. And so they have so much impact, the directors, the managers, the supervisors. They have such colossal impact. So you actually need to get them on board. And if you get them on board, everything will change.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Culture, in my world, trumps strategy day in and day out. And so I think it's a matter of making sure everybody in your senior leadership team really gets why culture is important.